Howdy, everybody, and welcome to North St. Paul High School, home to the Polars. Tonight, the Minutemen from St. Paul Central are in town to take on your Polars. Alongside Michael Lawrence, I'm Jeb Brand. Glad to have you with us.
It should just be an excellent night for Section 4 5A football. We see South Paul Central Minutemen coming with a record of 7-2, facing the Polars. They come into this matchup with a record of 6-2.
Absolute beautiful night here for football as we take a look at the Section 4 5A football bracket.
Yeah, as we see, SMB is the number 1 seed, while North is the number 2 seed. Both those teams come in with the first round bye. Montevideo defeated Minnesota Washburn 42-21, and they face SMB tonight. And then the winner of this matchup will face the winner of the top half of the bracket, either SMB or Montevideo.
That game will take place coming up on Saturday. We touched on it earlier, a perfect night for football here.
Yeah, just a little bit partly cloudy. Temperatures are in 60 degrees, and there's hardly any wind, but the wind that is coming is from the east-northeast, coming in at 4 miles per hour.
We take a look up at the matchup here tonight between the Minutemen and the Polars from North. And Michael, the Minutemen,
you know, they have held the opponents scoreless in the first quarter all season. And then on defense, number 57, Tyreek Hutchison-Carroll comes into this game with 12 sacks and 74 solo tackles.
Now, offensive weapon for the Minutemen is quarterback Sam Gubrud.
You know, he likes to sling it around. He comes in the game with 12 touchdowns versus 4 interception, has over 1,400 yards passing on the season.
On the other side, the Polars, who have outscored opponents in the fourth quarter 82-34 this season, and they look at defensive weapon Bishop McDonald.
This is going to be a key player here for the defense for the Polars. He comes in this game with 11 interceptions. Then on the offensive side is number 16 running back Isaiah Corinne, comes in this game with 7 touchdowns and over 100 yards per game.
Certainly want to keep an eye on Corinne, one of the impact players for the Polars. As we get set to take the field here tonight, let's take a look at the keys to the game for the Polars.
You know, number 1 is ball control. The Polars like to run the ball. I mean, they average over about 100 yards a game, especially with Isaiah Corinne. And number 2, limit the big plays. These players from Central like to run wild in the open field, and they just need to have a little bit of bump coverage. And number 3 is turnovers. Just be sure to limit turnovers and be sure to also get turnovers, because whoever comes on top of the turnover battle has a good chance of winning this game.
Absolutely. Should be a good one tonight. The Minutemen from St. Paul Central in town to take on the Polars. Kickoff is next.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
And welcome back to Anchor Bank Stadium here in North St. Paul, Minnesota, as we get set for tonight's kickoff. The Minutemen from Central in town to take on the Polars from North. Tuesday night, postseason football, Michael. Should be a good one.
Yeah, it should be a good one. North actually, since they did so well in the regular season, they got a first round bye in the section final. So they're coming in this game a little more rested. Coach Aaron Longton said it was kind of a good opportunity to get them a little bit healed up, as they thought that their last matchup against Park and Cottage Grove was a little bit physical. So it was nice to kind of get that 1 week break and just get the team healed up before this important matchup on the season.
Absolutely. As we get set to start, the Polars have taken the field. The Minutemen getting ready to take their places. A packed house here tonight at Anchor Bank Stadium. Like we touched on in the pregame, an absolute beautiful night for football.
You know, just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you don't expect this type of weather in mid-October, but weather definitely will not be a factor tonight.
And the referees for tonight's matchup, head referee Chuck Kroll. Umpire for tonight is Scott Grams. The line judge is Eric Tevitt. Head linesman is Brian Schmid. And the back judge is Doug Polsick. As the teams get ready here, we'll get set for our kickoff. The Minutemen from St. Paul Central will kick off. The hometown Polars will receive as we get set. deep drive is going to reach the end zone as Karan unable to track her down. So the Polars will start with it at their 20 on the touchback.
Yeah, it looked like he just kind of misjudged the ball in order to receive, and it just safely bounced in for a touchback. So they'll start their possession on the 20. And for this offense, I kind of look for the Polars just kind of have ball control and just kind of run it, and run it some more, especially if they want to limit offensive opportunities there for the Minutemen.
Absolutely. We touched on the pregame. Karan is one of the key players to watch. We should see a healthy dose of him with the ball here this evening. Bothwell under center, and it's a run play to the right. This is Karan to start, and he'll pick up some healthy yardage here to start. Good start for the Polars.
Yeah, sure enough, Karan gets the ball right away. It didn't look like that was going to be hardly any gain, but he just did an excellent job of keeping his feet moving forward in order to pick up a couple of tough yards on first down.
Absolute explosive player. He's very shifty with some dynamite speed. Once again, Bothwell under center. Again, it's to Karan up the left side here for a couple.
Excellent job just finding the hole. However, that hole kind of shut down pretty quickly there as the Minutemen were able to fill the gap and limit a kind of what would have been a potential big gain.
Take another look here at the run off the left tackle there. Excuse me, ball carrier there was Oduyemi. Change of pace back. Now up this gut here. That's going to be good enough for a Polar first down, as the Polars are able to move the chains here early on in this first drive.
Yeah, Oduyemi is a kind of change of back, running back. It looked like he was going to be stopped short of that first down, but he just kept on moving forward and kind of carried the wall of St. Paul Central would-be tacklers forward for the first down.
And the Polars got a nice mix up there with Oduyemi and Karan. As Bothwell goes from the shotgun, it's an option. It's a pitch to Karan on the right side, and he picks up some good yardage there. He'll be a few yards short of the first, but early on here, we touched on it. The Polars look to establish the run game, and thus far they've done that.
Yeah, they got a very good gain on second down. It'll definitely make their second down a little bit easier there. And we see Bothwell just options it right away to Karan, and just an excellent job of getting to the outside and getting a good gain.
Bothwell back. The run here again is Karan up the left side, and that's going to be good for a first down. That actually was Bishop McDonald, the ball carrier there, as he's seen some action early on, gives Karan a breather.
Yeah, Bishop McDonald is mostly known for his interceptions on the defensive side, but he does get a couple of carries each game for the Polars. Don't want to wear him out too much there on the offensive side. They'll definitely need him tonight on defense.
Bothwell under center. He drops back, three-step drop. He looks deep, right side for Holt, and it's just through the hands. A nice play there, but unable to connect.
Yeah, Jordan Holt is Bothwell's favorite receiver. Holt comes in this game with 14 receptions for 156 yards, so they don't like to throw it too much, and Bothwell is only about a 43% passer, but they do got to throw it a little bit in order to kind of keep their running game honest.
Absolutely, keep the defense on their toes. It was a good shot there, just unable to commit. Bothwell will go out of the shotgun. Holt's wide left. And McDonald also off to the left here. It's a draw play, some good yardage there for Karan as he escapes the tackle. Karan, another move up across the 30. He's tackled down at the 28.
Yep, there is a flag on the play. Although, this might be Karan looking a little slow to be getting up, but
so we wait to see. It looks like it's going to be holding on the offense. So unfortunately, that one's going to come back. So we take another look, Michael.
Yeah, Karan just doing an excellent job just evading tacklers. But unfortunately, the holding call is going to force his team back, and it kind of puts him in a situation where it's going to be about second and 20, and that means they're probably going to have to look the ball at one of these times. And if you're the Minuteman, that's kind of good news for yourself, because the Polars aren't really known for passing.
Absolutely tough break there for the Polars as Karan had picked up about 30 yards, and unfortunately it comes all the way back. It sets up for a second and 20 with just under 10 minutes here to play in the first quarter. Bothwell under center. Karan in motion. It's a quick give to Coran around the right side, a sweep, and he'll pick up a good chunk of that missed yardage as he crosses up across midfield down at about the 46.
You said it, Coran doing an excellent job of picking up a majority of that yardage and makes it a manageable 3rd and 1. I mean, they just put him in motion and he goes to the outside and he's just shredding arm tackles left and right there. Central just needs to do a better job of wrapping up in order to force Coran to the ground.
So we've got a 3rd and a long 1 here for the Polars. Jordan Holt split wide left. Coran in the backfield. And Bishop McDonald spread out to the left. It's a give to Coran, and he's taken down. A beautiful tackle there by number 20 for the Minutemen. That was Jamal Galato on the tackle.
Yeah, I know Coran likes to run it outside, but in that situation, you have to run it up the middle, and could have picked up the first down if you decided not to run east and west. I mean, they're just kind of commit forward and just kind of have to know where you are on the field, and just kind of, if he just would have went down and went forward just a bit more, he easily could have gotten that first down.
4th and 1 for the Polars. It's inside. They try to run heavy. The Minutemen are there to shut it down. And we're going to have a turnover on downs here early in the 4th quarter. So a tough break there for the Polars, as you touched on it. Coran, maybe with a little more north-south running, could have probably picked up that first down, but tried to bounce her outside as we take another look at the most recent run.
You know, Odiemi does an excellent job usually picking up those tough yardages for that time. The Minuteman knew exactly what the Polars were doing and able to seek it out and put a stop to it and get the turnover on downs.
So a good start for the Polars. They're able to move the chains a bit, but unfortunately turn the ball over on downs with 8:22 left to play here in the 1st quarter. The Minutemen will set up the offense. Play action. Grubbard off to the left side, and that is caught complete to Owen Donnelly, the tight end. And that's good for about 6 yards.
Grubbard, I mean, comes in this game with about 1,400 yards passing. I mean, that's way more than what total yards that the Polars have given up all regular season.
Inside handoff here. The Minutemen up the right side. Tough yardage here. Nice job running there by the running back, Jamal Galato, there for the Minutemen, as he picks up a good chunk of yardage. And we're going to have 3rd and short for the Minutemen as we take another look at the run.
Yeah, just kind of a little bit of a counter play there, and Sean Martin doing an excellent job of wrapping up and bringing him to the ground in order to force his 3rd down.
3rd and 1 for the Minutemen as the Polar crowd starts to get into it. In motion, it's a fake. They give it to Galato. And the Polars come up huge on 3rd down. A big tackle for a loss. The Minutemen might be forced to punt here.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be kind of a punting situation for them. I mean, they're on their own side of the field. Just kind of excellent job by the defense, by the Polars, forcing this 4th down.
Nice trickery play there, as it was actually a fake to Galato, an inside handoff to Morales. The Polars come up huge. They force 4th and 8. And the Minutemen will be back to punt as Sam Grubbard steps back to do the kicking.
You know, kind of interesting call on 4th down. I mean, kind of want to get in the flow of the game a bit better before you run a trick play.
It's a low line drive kick, return at the 20, up across the 35 and tackled down. A nice return there by Bishop McDonald for the Polars, as they'll start with it at the 35.
Yeah, early in the season, Bishop McDonald shows kind of like his field awareness earlier against Monta Meadhide. Had 2 interceptions that were at least 50-yard returns for touchdowns, or would have been if they weren't called back for a penalty due to him blocking the back. But he can for sure have the big game.
Absolutely, kind of an all-around player, one of the impact players that we keyed on in our pregame. Bothwell will go out of the shotgun here. Coran to the left of him. Holt split out wide right. It's an inside handoff to Coran, and he'll pick up the first down with a nice run, a pickup of 20 for Coran. He takes it up across the 50.
You know, if I'm St. Paul Central and I see the Polars going that shotgun formation, I would still keep people in the box just because you know that they're going to run in a good amount of time, and just an excellent job by the offensive line opening up that nice hole and Corinne picking up the first down.
6:12 left to play, first quarter, 1st and 10 for the Polars. Again, it's Coran, this time off the right side, and he picks up about 5 yards across down at the 45, and that'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Polars.
Yeah, Corinne's definitely being the workhorse for the Polars that has so many carries in the early going tonight. I mean, if you're Coach Aaron Longton, I'd be a little concerned about maybe giving him a little too much of the ball, but I mean, he's sticking with his playmakers and the people who got him here in this game.
Absolutely. Coran picks up 7 on the play, excuse me, to bring up 2nd and 3rd for the Polars. Bothwell out of the shotgun, rolls a bit to his left, a throw caught by Holt, and Holt will pick up the Polar first down as he's down just across the 30. And a nice pass play there by James Bothwell.
Yeah, Holt did an excellent job kind of finding the soft spot in the zone and setting up and letting Bothwell know that he was there, and just makes the easy catch.
Take another look here as he finds Holt. More nice pass play. Holt wide open there and able to gain a couple extra yards. Back at it here, flag on the play. Looks like we've got a false start on the offense, as they're unable to get play whistle dead, excuse me. Oh, excuse me, encroachment on the defense.
Encroachment on the defense.
So the Polars making their way near the red zone here. Ball's placed at the 25.
Yeah, if you're the Minutemen fans, you hate to see that, because North has been doing an excellent job of moving the ball on the ground, and they just keep chipping away.
And Bothwell with the pitch to Coran on the right side. He eludes one tackler, but some gang tackling by the Minutemen. A nice job there of swarming the ball carrier.
You know, the Minutemen did an excellent job of kind of containing that option play, as the cornerback was able to kind of shred off the wide receiver block and kind of force it back inside. And Corinne had no choice but to go back inside, and only to see a wall of tacklers from Central.
No gain on the play, so it'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Polars. And it's an inside handoff down to about the 3. A beautiful run there by the Polars. And that where the ball carry was Kamaga that time. First time he's seen the ball tonight, and he definitely took advantage of it.
Yeah, he's one of the running backs for here for the Polars, but he doesn't get too many opportunities. Only has about 55 attempts, but maybe should get a little bit more after that huge play and sets them up nicely in the red zone.
So the Polars looking to strike first here as it's 1st and goal from the 4. And outside sweep, left side, touchdown, Polars. It's Ken Kamaga to put the Polars up 6 early on.
You know, Cam Kamada got him there. Might as well let him finish the job to get the game's first touchdown. And this rushing attack for the Polars has just been able to drive down the Minuteman defense. Yeah, just doing an excellent job, just working to the outside. An excellent block there by wide receiver to kind of seal that gap.
So Kamaga punches it in from 4 out. The kick is up and good by Jing Lor, and that'll put the Polars up 7-0 with 4:11 left to play here in the first quarter. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
And welcome back. The Polars jump out early to a 7-0 lead here. Jing Lor with the kick. Returned by the Minutemen up across and tackled down at the 35. And that's where the Minutemen will get started.
Oh, Bishop McDonald showing another special teams play, just upends the return man, and things looks like they're getting a little bit chippy out there.
Xavier Davis was the returner for the Minutemen. It's about a 15-yard return as the Minutemen look to answer with North St. Paul's running attack here early on, dominating the time of possession. And defense standing up sharp for the Polars thus far.
Yeah, North was able to force a 3-and-out on the first drive of Central.
Ball carrier this time for the Minutemen is Kylan Saffold, and tiptoes up across, maybe picked up a couple of yards there.
Yeah, the Pullers defense doing an excellent job of swarming to the ball, closing down the gap, and making it a short gain.
So as they get set, take another look at the opening run there. Gubber back. It's a pass play. He rolls out to the left, looking downfield, and he elects to throw it away. Nothing open there. Heads up play by the quarterback, Sam Gubrud.
Yeah, all of his options were kind of limited, and he kind of chose a smart decision of not trying to force it in there, kind of living for another down. And Bishop McDonald has to be excited to see passing attempts that could be coming his way, as I know he's hungry to get more interceptions to add to his total on the year.
All right, 3rd down.
3rd and 8, a long 3rd down here for the Minutemen. 3:27 left to play in the opening quarter. Minutemen looking to get the offense going. A 3 and out on their opening drive. Gubber back, rolls out to the left, pressure on him. He's hit as he throws it away. And the Polar defense is doing a phenomenal job of pressuring quarterback Sam Gubber.
Yeah, just an excellent job by the defensive line, and like it looked like the Pullers were coming in with a corner blitz, putting more pressure on Grubbard. And this is the second 3 and out that the Pullers defense have done, and they're getting it done on all 3 phases of the game, on offense, defense, and special teams. And
certainly are, absolutely. Just dominating all facets thus far, and they hold a early 7-0 lead. 3:22 left to play here in the opening quarter as Gubrud will punt for the Minutemen. Nearly blocked. The punt skips up, and it's returned back here by McDonald. Up the right side, he's able to pick up some good yardage. Still on his feet and tackled down at the 45. A nice job by McDonald with a 16-yard punt return.
Yeah, that was set up by number 44, Jay Kabatowicz, just doing an excellent job of getting a huge block in there and to make it a nice gain for McDonald on the punt return.
So the Polars look to continue that aggressive ground game here as they get set up here. Bothwell under center. Jordan Holt spread out wide left. Man in motion. And that's a big run here. This is McDonald on the sweep, and he's able to pick up the 1st down at about the 35. A 1st down for the Polars.
Yeah, it looked like McDonald kind of ran into Jordan Holt. Could have been a better game there if Holt could kind of secure his blocking assignment there on the cornerback. McDonald just doing an excellent job. He sees this field extremely well. It just finds holes. But Holt, you got to do a better job of getting the block.
Nevertheless, a 1st down for the Polars as the run to the right side goes to Coran, and he picks up maybe a yard or so. Minutemen smelled out that run. Were able to make the stop.
Yeah, Coran hasn't been stopped for minimal games too much tonight, but Minutemen doing an excellent job there and kind of only making it a 1-yard gain.
That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Polars. Is Holt spread out wide left, Bothwell in the shotgun. The snap, 2-step drop, nice pickup on the blitz there. Bothwell's hit as he throws. This will call as an incomplete pass. A nice block pickup there by Oduyemi as the Minutemen were rushing hard on the outside.
Yeah, you said before, Oduyemi doing an excellent job of picking up the block, and probably could have been a sack there, but does an excellent job of recognizing who's coming there off the edge and making sure that Bothwell is making sure it's still standing up.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Polars. From the 35, it's a run to the right to Coran. He finds a hole across the middle. Coran up the left side, the 20, the 10, and he's taken down at about the 2. Beautiful run by Isaiah Coran as the Polars looking to score here again.
You know, Coran did an excellent job of just running right behind his fullback and his lead blocker.
Take another look here at the beautiful cutback by Coran.
Excuse me, maybe not his fullback, but definitely the pulling guard there is doing an excellent job of sealing off the edge.
So the Polars first and goal. Bothwell under center. Coran again on a sweep of the right side. Touchdown, Polars. Tack on another 6. This time Isaiah Coran gets in the end zone.
You know, that looked a little too easy for Isaiah Coran. Just lineman doing an excellent job of just kind of making a huge gap, and Coran could have easily just walked in there to get the touchdown.
Take another look here. Coran on the sweep. They've been running that sweep play, and the Minutemen didn't have an answer to that one as Coran easily tiptoes into the end zone. As we get set here for the extra point, Zeng Lor is back to kick. Well, Michael, you touched on it early. Some of the keys to the game, ball control, and the Polars have certainly executed that aspect of their game plan thus far.
Yeah, the Minutemen have only run 6 offensive plays so far here in the first quarter, and the Polars just been doing an excellent job of keeping the ball, and they've just been doing exactly what they wanted to do, and that's run the ball.
Absolutely. The kick by Zeng Lor is good, so that puts the Polars up 14-0. We'll be back with the kickoff for the Minutemen right after this.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
And welcome back as the Polars lead it here 14-0 late in the first quarter. Zeng Lor back to kick for the Polars. Sends one deep into the left corner of the end zone. Returned here by Winston as he comes up and just punished there. A big hit. Huge hit there by Ryan DeMuth for the Polars.
Yeah, they've been bringing the wood on those special teams. DeMuth and Bishop on the last return, and it'll be interesting to see if the Minutemen can able to kind of get their first down. I mean, they're down 2 scores, and I mean, right now they just need to take it one step at a time and just trying to get something positive going on offense and get something going here in order to get back in this game.
Winston with the return brings it up across the 20 to the 29. That's where Gubbard will get started here for the Minutemen as they look to establish the offensive game plan here. Gubbard back to pass, throws one up and caught. A nice job there by the tight end, hauled in by Owen Donnelly. Nearing the first down, looks like maybe about a yard short, depending on the spot. Let's take another look here at Donnelly.
Yeah, Gubbard doing an excellent job. Lucky to kind of get it out as there was quite a bit of pressure, but man, what a catch there by Donnelly and getting the first down.
Yep, they spotted it just over, so the first time tonight that the Minutemen would have been able to convert a first down. Tip pass caught. A nice break there for the Minutemen as it was tipped and then hauled in by number 81, John Gubbard.
You know, just a heads-up play there by Gubbard, just recognizing where the ball was and coming back to it and getting getting the catch for the first down.
See it tipped there, and then the brother of the quarterback, John Gubbard, able to haul it in for another first down for the Minutemen as they've now crossed the midfield. We've got a flag on the play here as we wait for the call. It looks like a false start by the offense, which will back them up.
South St. Paul Central doing an excellent job of kind of moving the ball, able to getting 2 first downs on this drive as they've kind of been shut out in the first quarter. And they do have the offense to get back into this game down 2 scores as they like to sling it around.
Under a minute left here to play. It brings up a 1st and 15 for the Minutemen as Gubbard in the shotgun. Drops back, looks to the right. Caught, pass is good to number 15. That was Muse with the catch, able to pick up some yardage there. And pick up of 6, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Minutemen.
Yeah, we see here number 8, Rasure Sering doing an excellent job staying with the wide receiver and getting the tackle.
Run up the left side, a nice job here, enough for the first down. The ball carrier looks like Winston on that one, so Jaquante Winston able to pick up the first down for the Minutemen.
Yeah, things were coming hard here for the Minutemen early in the first quarter, but now they're getting a nice looking drive going to end the quarter.
And that is the end of the
That
first
will
quarter.
do it for the end of the first quarter. Folks, we want to remind you to like us on Facebook, our social media, where you can stay up to tune with all the action. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TV19sports, or follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/TV19sports.
And always check out Facebook too during Sports Path episodes to have your chance to answer a trivia question and even win a fabulous prize.
It's a nice way to keep up to date on all of our Fab 5 schools, as we're here tonight broadcasting from North St. Paul High, home of the Polars. We also talked a little bit about Matamidi, the Zephyrs, who are playing tonight as well, and we may have a little matchup coming up this Saturday. Let's take a look at some of the opening scores here for the Polars.
Yeah, Camongo doing an excellent job running to the outside, and that was set up by an impressive run earlier. And then number 16, Isaiah Corinne, will get this sweep and just do an excellent job of following his blockers against the easy score. And, I mean, they've been running the ball really effectively here, and just kind of they've been doing what they want on for the most part on the offense side.
Outside of this last drive here by the Minutemen, the defense has been electric. 2 3-and-outs to start the game for the Minutemen. Now having a little bit of success as we get ready to start the second quarter here. It's a 3rd-and-1 for the Minutemen. Gubber will keep it, put his head down. It's going to be interesting to see where the spot is, whether or not he got the first on the quarterback sweep. And it's good enough for a first down. So maybe a generous spot there by the officials to keep the Minutemen's drive alive.
Yeah, I mean, this has just been a much-needed drive here for the Minutemen. They're down 2 scores. Grubber doing an excellent job of getting the first down.
As Gubber's back in the shotgun, low snap, able to corral. He goes deep. This one a little too deep, looking for tight end Owen Donnelly there, who's been one of his prime targets here thus far in tonight's game.
Yeah, it kind of looked like the cornerback there for the Polars may have gotten away a little bit with pass interference. There's definitely some push off, but no flag, so no foul.
Absolutely, that'll bring up 2nd and 10 here early on, second quarter. Minutemen looking to answer. The Polars lead it by 2 scores thus far, 14-0. Gubber's back out of the shotgun. And in motion, it's a handoff sweep down around the left side. And able to pick up some yardage. A nice run there by Kylan Saffold, as that's going to put them up near a first down. And the Minutemen will pick up the first down as they're marching now inside the red zone.
Yeah, kind of strange to see the Minutemen run a play very similar to what the Polars run on offense. Yeah, he just kind of, wondering back, does an excellent job of kind of running up the field, but he kind of noticed 2 Polar defenders kind of run into each other and kind of helps out the gain for the Minuteman.
So Gubber back in the shotgun. Saffold in motion. He rolls out to the right side after throw across his body. He does deep and out of the reach of the tight end Donnelly, as Gubber took a pretty good smack there by Kubatowicz for the Polars.
Yeah, the Polars have been bringing some pressure tonight, and they're kind of changing up their looks, and they've been bringing blitzers, but that time Gruber just goes down on a vicious hit there.
Tough rollout there. He's a tall lefty, and they rolled him out to the right, so nevertheless he's going to have to throw across his body. And he stayed in there and took the big hit. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Minutemen. Saffold in motion. It's a fake pitch and an inside run here. A nice play, but the Polars are able to sniff it out. Once again, that's Kubatowicz on the stop. And if it wasn't for Kubatowicz, Michael, that one might have been taken to the house.
Yeah, it looked like that could have. He had a lot of green in front of him, but Kubatowicz doing an excellent job of just fighting off the O-line and making sure that it would be a minimal gain there. So he just kind of fights across and gets the tackle.
That'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Minutemen. Gubberb in the shotgun. He drops back, 3-step drop, rolls to his left, looking downfield, and he throws a bullet to his brother, but unfortunately he stepped out of play. That'll bring up 4th down for the Minutemen. It'll be interesting to see what they elect to do here.
You know, I'd be kind of surprised they elect to go for the field goal, but I think like you have to go for this, and because chances are, once the Pullers get it, they're going to run off quite a bit of time with their running offense, and they've been successful at it. The Minutemen have proved they just haven't stopped it, so they got to go for it on 4th down.
Gotta score. I like the play call here by head coach Scott Howell. Need to get on the board, or at least get a new set of downs. Gubberb off to the right, and that one's over the head of tight end Donnelly, and that'll be a turnover on downs for the Minutemen. The Pullers defense comes up huge.
And the defensive linemen doing an excellent job of bringing the pressure and getting their arms up in order to kind of alter that throw a bit and to get the ball back on offense for North St. Paul.
So a nice job there by the Pullers. 10:26 left to play here in the first half. You know, Pullers with a 14-0 lead.
The Pullers defense did an excellent job of answering the call yet again after it looked like the Minutemen were doing successful driving the ball down, and they're able to get the ball back.
Bothwell, it's a handoff inside, and some tough running yards there. Picked up a few. A little slow to get up is Coran, the ball carrier.
Yeah, Coran just getting a heavy duty tonight, and I mean you don't want to wear them out. I mean they are kind of coming off a bye week, but still you don't want to run them too much here, as you'll need them towards the inner part of the game.
Bothwell out of the shotgun. He rolls out to his left, throws down deep, and it's nearly picked off by Kylon Saffold on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Saffold wishes he could have that one back, as that looked like it could have been an easy interception for him. And Bothwell kind of has to play a little bit smarter and kind of recognizing his own abilities.
As you see, he tries to go deep there into double coverage. Saffold nearly picked him off. It could have been a huge turn of events for the Minutemen. Nevertheless, it brings up a 3rd and 5 for the Pullers, as we'll see if they elect to keep it on the ground or air it up. Bothwell under center. Kamaga gets it on a sweep end around. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough, as he picks up a couple, but shy of the 1st down. And they bring in the punt team. The Minutemen doing a nice job defensively there for St. Paul Central.
Yeah, the first time the Minutemen have been able to stop this Puller offense, and now they're going to get the ball back and give their chance for their offense to do something here.
So back to receive is Kylon Saffold for the Minutemen, as the Pullers get set to punt. Big booming kick sent all the way back. Saffold's going to be unable to get it. Beautiful punt picked up there. Excuse me, that's Winston, the ball carrier. You might have wanted to let that one take your chances and see if that one makes it into the end zone.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's just a fantastic kick there by the Pullers, and sets up their defense pretty nicely here.
Huge punt by the Polar special teams, nearly 65 yards on the punt. As you take another look here, interesting play by Winston to...
You know, it kind of looked like that ball wasn't really going to go to the end zone. It looked like it was slowing up quite a bit.
Able to pick up some yardage and at least get them out to about the 16 as they get start there. Just under 9 minutes to play. Goober out of the shotgun. It's a sweep end around. Good for a couple of yards.
Yeah, the Minutemen just kind of running that sweep, and the Pullers should be able to recognize that pretty quickly, as they kind of, their own offense runs that a fair amount of times.
Yeah, on the ball carrier that time was Noah Bowie for the Minutemen, his first action of the night. That brings up a 2nd and 8. Gubbard back, drops back, looks left. Back right, Polars defense is there. We got our first sack of the night as they take them down for a loss.
Yeah, the Polars just bringing pressure, and then once again, they had a kind of cornerback coming off the edge. And that time they're able to get to Grubbard. And Grubbard, for the most part, has been doing an excellent job of kind of recognizing where the pressure is, but that time he kind of gets lost and gets game tackled there for the sack.
Mancini in on the tackle there for loss. That brings up a huge 3rd and long, 3rd and 17 for the Minutemen. Winston in motion. They look to throw deep. Dives out for it was John Gubbard and just unable to get a hand on it. A great effort there by the senior wide receiver, but just a bit out of reach.
Yeah, and this will be the 3rd 3-and-out that the Polars defense have been able to record tonight, and they've answered the call tonight so far in the first half.
Take a look here down the left side. Good looking throw, a nice looking route, but Gubbard unable to get a hand on it. And that brings up 4th down as the Minutemen will have to punt out of their own end zone. And Sam Gubbard, our senior quarterback, is kind of doing it all. He's also their punter. I don't know if their punter is plagued with an injury or if he's done the majority of the punting for the Minutemen all season. Now this one sent up, end over end, a little bit to the right. Picked up there by the Polars. And across the 35, and down at about the 35. That's where the Polar offense will take over.
Yeah, the Minutemen weren't able to flip field position as the last punter was for the Polars, and McDonald just trying to get a couple of yards and making sure that the offense is set up nicely for their possession here in the middle of the 2nd quarter.
Great field position for the Polars here as they'll get started at the 35 of the Minutemen.
You know, the nice thing about being this close is it kind of puts them in like 4-down territory right away. So, I mean, they don't have to break off the huge yards that they have been doing on the running game, so they can kind of take their time.
It's a handoff inside and a nice run there. This time, Oduyemi gets the ball up the right side. He picks up about 8, nearing a 1st down. A nice opening run there by Oduyemi.
Oduyemi just goes straight ahead and picks up a nice gain there, carrying number 50 there for the Minuteman.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 2. Once again, Oduyemi, the ball carrier. He'll pick up the 1st down, down right about the 19.
You know, I think this is an excellent job here by the coaches to kind of giving Corinne a little bit of a rest and making the other running backs of the Polars kind of carry the load a little bit. I mean, you're up 2 scores, you're in great field position, so it's an excellent opportunity to give your other running backs some touches here.
Bothwell under center, drops back now in the shotgun as he gets set. It's an inside handoff to Coran as he makes his way up down at about the 15. The Polars once again just pounding the football on the ground with a nice switch up between Oduyemi and Coran.
And sure enough, I said they're kind of resting Coran a little bit. They give it a nice inside handoff, and he goes straight ahead and picks up some nice yards, usually kind of going to the outside, but that time he was able to just run it up the middle through his O-line.
2nd and 4 for the Polars at the 15. Bothwell out of the shotgun. And once again, it's a handoff. Coran right side. He makes his way up through a couple of tacklers down, and that's good enough for a 1st down. That'll bring up 1st and goal for the Polars with just over 6 minutes left to play here in the opening half. Take another look at that one.
Yeah, just 4 straight running plays here by the Polars, and the Minutemen, they just can't stop it. They just have not shown that they're able to step up on defense and kind of stop the running attack.
Now inside handoff, tough running there again as they change up the pace a bit. And that time the ball handler was, looks like Porco Breen for the Polars, so everyone's getting a chance to run the football for the Polars.
You know, you're in excellent position here. You're up 2 scores. You're knocking on the door to get your 3rd. so you can kind of manage to give it to your kind of other running backs and let them carry the load.
This time a run off the left side. Ball might have been loose. Looks like we may have had a turnover. I believe Curran was the ball carrier. And a huge turnover there as the Minutemen able to hop on the fumble. Tough break for the Pullers as they look to put this game a bit out of reach. But the Minutemen able to step up on defense. Let's take another look.
Yeah, just an excellent strip there by number 20 for the Minuteman. Jamal Glotto and kind of forcing that fumble, and that's exactly what the Minutemen needed. They needed to find a way to kind of stop the Pullers' rushing attack, and that's one way to do it, is get the turnover.
That was Bishop McDonald on the run. Interesting that they didn't stick with the power run of Oduyemi that close to the goal line. But nevertheless, a huge break for the Minutemen as they try to work from just about out of their own end zone. They may have picked up a yard on the quarterback sneak by senior Sam Gubbard.
The Pullers' defense has been aggressive here, so I look for them to be even more aggressive here with the Minutemen on their own end zone.
Gubbard out of his own end zone here in the shotgun as he drops back. Quick throw out. No flag on the play. Intended receiver was Saffold, unable to connect, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and long here.
Yeah, Bishop McDonald getting a little aggressive with the wide receiver, and maybe got away with one there.
That's what I was thinking. Looked like there was some contact prior to the arrival of the ball. No call on the play, which will bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Minutemen. 4:49 left to play, opening half. Pullers lead it 14-0. Gubbard out of the shotgun from his own end zone, steps back, lofts it up. It's picked, nearly picked off by the Pullers.
You know, Bishop McDonald has proven he's been short-handed, and I know he wanted to have that one, as that would have been his 12th interception on the season, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. And man, Gubbard takes a hard hit here, and they've been kind of abusing him all night, and they're able to put the pressure on him.
A couple of back-to-back tough breaks for McDonald. You don't see that too often. A fumble on the goal line, and then a drop of which would have been his 12th pick on the season, but
it still looks like the Pullers are going to come away with good field position.
Yeah, either way here, they're going to have fantastic field position as McDonald's back, stands at the 35, and Gubbard for the Minutemen will kick it away. The kick is up, and it's a short liner. McDonald across the 30, the 20, inside the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Bishop McDonald.
I think this one's going to be called back for a block in the back.
Tough break there for the Pullers. Let's take another look.
Yeah, you can kind of see coming up right there. Player was just kind of in the way, but it was definitely a block in the back. And Bishop McDonald, I feel for you. You've had some tough luck here having touchdowns being called back on penalties.
He's able to make up for a couple of missed opportunities on the last few plays, and unfortunately it gets called back on a block in the back.
And it's the 3rd time I've seen it this year, and just, it has to be frustrating for McDonald.
Certainly is. Nevertheless, the Pullers end up with still good field position with just over 4.5 left to play here in the opening half.
And the way that their offense is kind of set up is 4 minutes should probably about do it here for to get a good drive, and they'll maintain with their running game.
And we'll see what they decide to do. Bothwell under center. Man in motion. It's a hand up the middle. Hard running there. Oduyemi with some power running. Takes it up across the 25. And that's good for a 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, it's just amazing that the running game is still able to pick up about 6-7 yards a pop here on each carry. And Oduyemi and Curran doing an excellent job of just running the ball.
Absolutely. They've established the run game big time. Curran this time inside, up across the 20. Good enough for a 1st down for the Pullers. as we're under just 4 minutes left here in the first half.
I think Corinne's going to see kind of a more heavy dose this time on this drive, as I'm sure the coaches for the Polars kind of want to put this game a little bit away at halftime and go up by 3 scores.
Absolutely. A touchdown here is going to make a tough second half for the Minutemen, as the Polar defense has been pretty dominant here tonight. Bothwell didn't like what he sees. He takes a timeout.
And hey, we want to take this opportunity to remind you that we're always looking for volunteers here at TV19 Sports. And if you're interested in getting a live sports production, be sure to give Arlen Becker a call at 651-747-3821 or email Arlen at onlocationtv.org. Always looking for more volunteers. It's just kind of a great way to get out in the community, watch some sporting events, and be part of a team.
Absolutely. A beautiful night here tonight for some postseason football. We'd love to have some folks come out and join our broadcast, whether it be behind the scenes in the truck, or maybe up here in the booth with us, or running one of the cameras.
Oh, for sure. You could not ask for a more perfect night here in mid-October.
Absolutely. The Polars lead it here by 2 scores, 14-0 late in the second half. 3:44 left to play, as they've got a 1st and 10 from the 20. Bothwell in the shotgun. Curran, it's a pitch to Curran up the right side, across the 20, down to the 10. A flag on the play as he's taken down at the 5. Possibly coming back on that one.
Yeah, you could just tell that play was going to go for a huge gain, as all the blockers for the Polars do an excellent job of sealing that hole. But unfortunately, it'll be called back.
Curran a little slow to get up there at the end of the play. Hopefully he's all right. So as they attend to Isaiah Curran, we're going to step away. We'll be right back after this.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
And welcome back. Isaiah Curran, the injured player on the play there. As we get back at it, Bishop McDonald on the left side, maybe a yard or so.
The Minutemen doing an excellent job kind of on that sweep of forcing everything to the outside. And McDonald just unable to kind of cut it up the middle.
You see Isaiah Curran there, injured on that last play. Hopefully the Polars can't afford to lose him, Michael.
Yeah, he's a very big part of this Polars offense, especially this rushing attack. But I have seen where he has been injured, came out for a little bit of the game, but he has made returns. But hopefully that's kind of the same case tonight.
18 carries tonight for over 140 yards already in the first half. He does average over 100 yards per game, so no real shock there. But to have hit his average already in the first half is pretty impressive.
For sure. I mean, those yards also include 1 touchdown in the first quarter.
And take another look there as Kamaga up across for maybe a yard. Brings up 3rd and 6 for the Polars with 2:30 here left to play in the first half. Polars looking to score and go up by 3. Inside draw to McDonald there. Nice trickery play. And McDonald is taken down right around the 10 or 11 yard line.
Yeah, as you said before, showing a little trickeration there. It was a double handoff, kind of very confusing for the Minuteman. And McDonald has maybe a little bit of a tough night, but he gets the first down there.
Nice job by McDonald. That'll bring up 1st and goal for the Polars with just over 2 minutes left to play. Bothwell under center. And right up the middle, a nice, hard, tough run. Good tackle there by the Minutemen.
Yeah, they're in 4-down territory, still have plenty of time on the clock. They got 2 timeouts, so there's no reason to kind of panic here. I mean, just kind of do what you're doing, and the Polars will probably be able to get this 3rd touchdown.
Odeyemi, the ball carrier, as you see here. Hard-nosed run up the middle. And if I'm head coach for the Polars, I stick with Odeyemi here. and just pound the rock up the middle. That they do. Odiemi hard up the middle, taken down right near the goal line. No call from the officials at this point. Looks like they're going to spot him down just short of the goal line. It'll bring up 3rd and goal for the Polars.
You know, Odiemi doing an excellent job of just realizing where his blockers are at. He was a little bit patient, did a side step, and picks up a nice gain, get even closer to the goal line.
So that'll bring up 3rd and goal. Just over a minute left here in the opening half. Polars looking to go up by 3. Quarterback sneak. Bothwell inside. Touchdown! Polars. James Bothwell on the QB sneak. Puts the Polars up 20-0.
Yeah, there was no fooling anyone there. Bothwell going under center and just does the quarterback sneak right up the middle.
Take another look here as Bothwell elects to keep it. And the Minutemen just a little short to the party here tonight.
You know, excellent job there by Alec Babin, the center for the Polars, setting up Bothwell for that touchdown. Just follows him right up the middle.
Snap kick is good by Zheng Lor. It puts the Polars up 21. The Minutemen nothing. We'll be back right after this with our kickoff.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
And welcome back as Zheng Lor gets set to kick off to the Minutemen as they trail 21-0 here late in the first half. The Minutemen just trying to get some offense established, Michael.
Yeah, they just need to get something going. I mean, they have a minute left, but they do have all 3 of their timeouts, and they do throw the ball. So if they get a nice return here, I mean, it does kind of open the door, get kind of their offense going.
And the return here up near midfield, tackled down at about the 37. A nice return there, about 47 seconds left here for the Minutemen to take another look at the return by the Minutemen.
Yeah, just doing an excellent job following his blockers and gets a pretty nice gain. And they just mentioned in the stadium that the score to the SMB Montemita game is 7-7. So the winner here will face the winner in the top half of that bracket.
Exciting time of year for high school football. The inside run here. And Saffold was the ball carrier for the Minutemen. Takes it up across and down at the 40.
Yeah, this is very conservative play calling here out of the Minutemen. You kind of you start this drive with kind of a handoff, hoping that your running back could get a big gain. But I mean, they're down 3 scores. I say you kind of have to be more aggressive and just throw it down the field.
Saffold again and off to the right side, this time up and down at the 49. And timeout is called by the Minutemen. 17 seconds left as they take a break. So we will be back right after this.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
And welcome back. 17 seconds left to play here in the opening half. The Minutemen, you touched on it, Michael, a little conservative here considering they're down 3 scores.
You know, I kind of would like to see them throw it a little bit more, and maybe they'll get their opportunity here.
Guberb steps back. It's a screen. Able to pick up some yardage there for the Minutemen was Xavier Davis as he goes up across the 45 down at about the 43.
You know, if you're Xavier Davis, you got to be a little bit smarter about knowing what the situation there. In that situation, look more head up the sideline and maybe like step out of bounds rather than trying to force it up the field and like kind of face a tackler one-on-one. Because with him being in bounds, it makes the clock run, but maybe it stopped here for the first down.
Yeah, I don't know if it was because of the first down, there was a stoppage in play, or it doesn't appear that the Minutemen had used one of the timeouts as The head coach of the Polars calls over the head official there. Clock's going to be reset to 8 seconds here for the Minutemen as the ball is placed at the, looks like the 28.
Yeah, it must have been a penalty there in order to kind of march the ball up a couple more yards. And it sounds like it was roughing the passer. Yeah, all night the Polars defense has been doing an excellent job being pretty aggressive, and they've been able to put some hits on Grubbard, but that time they got a little too aggressive and you get the penalty.
Could be a costly call there on the Polars, as that gives some pretty good field position with enough time on the clock for the Minutemen to at least get on the board. We'll see if they take advantage of it here.
You know, I thought that screenplay was a pretty good play. They obviously could have picked up, they looked like he could have gotten a little more yardage, and I kind of would rather see the running back kind of be more towards the sideline, but it looked like could have been a nice game.
Yeah, nice play call, as they've been looking to go deep with Grubbard most of the night, and most of their runs have been for small yardage, 2-3 yards here and there. So it's nice to switch it up a bit and drop back the defense. Grubbard back out of the shotgun, looks to go deep into the end zone for Donnelly, and it's knocked away there. But it looks like a flag on the play, maybe a pass interference, and that's going to bring the Minutemen down right on the goal line. Take another look here.
Yeah, Grubbard, we know he could get it out from 30 yards away, so I mean, this is definitely going to be a lot closer for him. Should be a little bit easier, and call is pass interference, and these fans do not like that call, but it is the right call. Quarterback getting a little too aggressive with the wide receiver.
So we'll see if the Minutemen, with 2 seconds left to play, be able to run one more play here. As they walk off the yardage here and get the ball set. Looks like it'll be placed at the 11. Excuse me, the 14. The ball's placed at the 14 with 2.1 seconds left to play here, opening half. Minutemen down 21-rip. Grubbard out of the shotgun. Final play of the first half. The Polar fans start to come to their feet. Grubbard back, throws it up deep, right side, battle in the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, the Polars defense once again answering the call, not only forcing the 3 and out, but this is the second time that the Minutemen were in the red zone and they came away with 0 points.
So after 2 quarters of play, the Minutemen 0, the Polars 21. We'll be back with the second half kickoff after this.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
And welcome back to North High School here, home of the Polars, as we get set to start the second half. Let's take a look at the section semifinal game, the other game going on tonight between SMB and Matamidi.
Yeah, you see it's a tie ball game at 7-7 apiece. For Matamidi, TJ Tubbleton scored their only touchdown off a 2-yard run. And then in this one, we got St. Paul Central losing big to North St. Paul, 21-0.
Let's take a look at the scoring here in the first half. And first, Michael was running back Ken Kamaga on an end-around sweep.
Yeah, just doing an excellent job of just kind of running to the outside, as that was definitely going to be going in. And then later, Isaiah Corinne gets the handoff here, just follows his blockers up the middle, and he'll get the touchdown.
And then late in the second half, a quarterback sneak. James Bothwell held on to it, was able to punch it in. And that's where we stand here at the end of the first half. The Polars lead it 21-0 as we get set to start the second half.
You know, I think St. Paul Central definitely kind of has an offense to get it back into this game. I mean, they're their passing attack hasn't been able to get going, but should be here. But let's discuss Sports Path. You can catch it every other Wednesday night live at 7. That's with myself and Sam Erickson. That's every other Wednesday. We got your highlights, interviews, and more. And also be sure to check out our Facebook page where we have a prize giveaway for our trivia question. We're still looking for our first winner. Will that be you? Only one way you can do it, and that's watch Sports Path and be on our Facebook page.
Absolutely. Every other Wednesday, Michael will bring you the Sports Path with all the great highlights from the weeks previous here on our Fab Five. The Polars lead it 21-0. We'll be back after this for the start of our second half.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
And welcome back as we get set to kick off the second half here. The Polars will kick off to the Minutemen. And we're off. Zheng Lor sends it deep into the end zone here as they take it out. Minutemen across the 20, and he's tackled down there at the 21. Ball carrier that time, Jaquante Winston for the Minutemen.
Yeah, Bishop McDonald doing an excellent job kind of seeing where the Winston was. It gets that sure tackle there. And
take another look here on the return by Winston, and you touched on it, Bishop McDonald, who's such a key impact player for the Polars in on the tackle. That's where the Minutemen will start with it as they look to run here first. A little end around sweep taken up down about the 24, 25. A couple of yards there for St. Paul Central to start out the second half. Kylon Saffold, the ball carrier for the Minutemen.
Yeah, Saffold just kind of getting it up the middle, and the Minutemen, they do have the offense in order to kind of get back into this game, but they've been struggling.
This time a little trickery by the Minuteman, a fake to Saffold, and it goes off to the right side the other way by Jamal Galado. And he's able to pick up enough for a Minuteman first down. As you take another look here.
Yeah, definitely their best run so far of the night. Here it comes all the way in the second half.
See if they can build on that. Goober back. This is Saffold on the pitch. He turns it back the other way, and Saffold up just shy of the 40, taken down at the 37. A nice run there, able to change fields and cut her back to the right side.
Yeah, did exactly what you said there, and they're starting to get their offense going here, but we'll see what it is on this penalty.
Face mask is the call. As you take another look here as Saffold turns it back up the right side. And on the tackle there, not sure where the face mask came in, but nevertheless the call was made. It brings the Minutemen up to the 43 as they approach midfield here.
Yeah, it looked like it was a little bit early on that run by Brad Bobbin there.
Inside run here, it's another good one as the Minutemen have found a little bit of offense. Galado again, the ball carrier for the Minutemen.
You know, there has been glimpses of the Minutemen having a pretty decent offense, and they've been able to get in the red zone. But once they've gotten there, the Polars' defense has been kind of coming up big.
This time, Saffold on the left side takes it up just shy of midfield. He's taken down at the 49. Kind of a hurry-up offense, it seems like the Minutemen have elected to go with as they open up the second half. Nice drive thus far. Take another look at Saffold on the end around.
Yeah, I mean, if they're looking to hurry it up here, they're doing a good job because they've ran every play so far to start the second half. They have yet to throw it.
3rd and 4, Gubber out of the shotgun, Saffold in motion. They give it to him on the right side, and that's going to be close to a first down. A good run there. He takes it up across, and we'll see where they mark it. And they mark it down at the 52. Excuse me, the 48. And that's going to be shy on the spot. So we've got 4th and inches for the Minutemen.
Pretty critical.
They are underneath Gubber back in the shotgun. The fans come to life here for the Polars. They're looking for a big 4th down stop. Scaffold in motion. And a false start on the Minutemen. Costly error here, as it looks like on the far side. Hassan Osman may have been the guilty party. Spread out wide right. And we'll wait for the call. And that it was, a false start. Tough break there for the Minutemen as they were starting to get the offense going, Michael, and a call like that could change the whole landscape.
Yeah, I do agree with that call. Kind of going on 4th and 1, but now at 4th and 6, it gets a little more dicey, and it kind of looks like they'll be electing to punt here.
Yeah, a little not out of it yet. Plenty of game left, and to gamble on 4th and 6 at midfield just wouldn't be a wise move from the head coach. They elect to punt. Back to receive for the Polars is McDonald, and he'll field it at the 25. He cuts it up the middle. Still on his feet, up and across, tackled down at the 41. A nice return by Bishop McDonald, and it's a return of 16 yards.
You know, just a great way to get this drive started there. You're going to be at your own 40-yard line, and McDonald showing the versatile player that he is on this kick return, and he just follows his blockers like he just knows where to go with the ball, and good things happen when he has the ball in his hands.
Certainly an electric player, both offensively and defensively, as we've seen here tonight. The Polars look to set up the offense. 8:51 left here, 3rd quarter. Polars out comfortably, 21-0.
I know the Minutemen really wanted to go for it on 4th down there, and one of the reasons why is because you know this Polar offense is just going to keep possession of the ball, and they're just going to run it up the middle or run it to the outside and take some precious time off that the Minutemen desperately need this in the second half.
A tough break for the Minutemen as the nerves may have got the best of them. A big 4th and 1, which they stare down possibly the last game of their season here unless they can get the offense going. So the Polars get set here. Bothwell under center. Oduyemi's in the backfield. Jordan Holt split off to the right. And in motion, the ball goes to Kamaga. Kamaga tries to get the edge. He's tackled there. A nice tackle by Saffold. And also number 54 on the tackle as well.
Yeah, the Minutemen defense, they have been able to kind of stretch out the play on those outside runs, and Scaffold doing an excellent job of maintaining that, and Kamaga just unable to turn it up the field to get even more yards.
So that'll bring us 2nd and 6. Off the left side, this is McDonald. We haven't seen the return of Isaiah Coran yet for the Polars. Not sure if he made it out of the locker room at half. We'll keep an eye on that.
You know, interesting you bring that up because it seems like, yes, they did score a touchdown without him in the game, but it seemed like they kind of struggled there, and the offense has been kind of stagnant without him. And this definitely helps out the Minutemen on defense because that's one less key playmaker that they have to key on.
Absolutely. Big play here. 3rd and 6 for the Polars. Bothwell under center. It's a fake to McDonald. He rolls out to the right. He elects to hold on to it across the 50, and he's taken out down at the 45. A nice play by Bothwell, able to pick up the 1st down for the Polars. And a huge play by the senior there.
You know, it's just an excellent job of just keeping the chains moving and just taking more time off the clock, and that's exactly what this offense is built to do. You know, Bothwell just doing an excellent job of just not forcing the pass and just recognizing that he has some yards that he can pick up to get the 1st down.
See on the replay there, beautiful play call as they faked the run to the left and definitely fooled the Minutemen defense. Bothwell out of the shotgun, and it's a handoff to Kamaga, and he's up across the 45, taken down at the 42. And we see Isaiah Coran is on the sidelines, doesn't have his helmet on, but it's good to see him still in uniform at least.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, definitely the Polars are not going away from the type of offense that they want to run, as they've just been using their more slightly used running backs and just kind of hoping it's enough to get them out of this game.
Run to the right side, taken down by 2 Minutemen defenders just across the 40. Kamaga, the ball carrier.
And also number 12.
And that'll bring up yet another third down as we take a look at the end around for Kamaga.
Yeah, the defense for the Minutemen doing an excellent job of kind of stacking the box and limiting the huge gains that we saw in the first half. But Kamaga just doing what he can to get some nice yardage.
McDonald in motion. Bothwell had dropped the snap, able to botched play there and able to take it up across the 30. He's down at the 30. A nice job of picking up the first down on what looked to be a possible turnover there.
You know, just a heads up play here by Bothwell and just trying to make something out of nothing, and he gets the first down and keeps on moving the change, and he's been doing an excellent job in the last 2 third downs to keep this offensive possession moving.
1st and 10 for the Polars from the 30. Kamaga in the backfield. Oduyemi, gets the ball, and he takes it up just shy. He's down at the 21. A nice run there, able to pick up 9 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and short for the Polars as they continue to pound the football, Michael.
You know, that was definitely the type of run that we got accustomed to seeing in the first half, and Oduyemi gets a nice carry there for get 9 yards.
5:40 left to play, 3rd quarter. Oduyemi, the ball carrier, up the right side. Off the tackle, absolutely runs over the Minutemen defender. That's good enough for a first down as he takes it down to about the 9-yard line.
You know, Oduyemi is just leading this offense, has 2 nice back-to-back plays, and he's just trusting his offensive linemen and just following the blocks, especially there by number 53, Michael Corin.
Nice job there running. They stick with Oduyemi on the ground, and he's able to drag a couple of defenders down inside the 10. And that'll bring up 2nd and 1 for the Polars as they are sniffing the end zone here. You take another look at the tough run by Oduyemi.
Yeah, the Polars are just trying to look it out. They want to close it out right here if they could get this touchdown going up possibly 28-0. That's a pretty big lead to overcome in high school football.
Bothwell under center and inside handoff. And it was the fullback that time. He's taken down at the 1. Ball carrier was Babin for the Polars. His first time having an opportunity to carry the ball tonight.
Yeah, but it looks like even though he didn't get the touchdown, they'll get 4 chances here to crack it in the end zone as he gets the first down.
A nice first down pickup there as he takes it down inside the 1. Now we'll see if the Polars keep the quarterback sneak. No, botched play there, and the Minutemen sniff it out. It's going to be a tackle for loss as Bothwell and Oduyemi, I believe, got a little bit tied up on the handoff. Flag comes in late. We'll see what the officials have to say. And we take another look here. Just a little miscommunication by Oduyemi and Bothwell. Unsportsmanlike conduct was called on the Minutemen.
Yeah,
I think it was taunting, it looks like there is. Not sure if that was the call, but on the replay, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, it kind of looked like the defender was kind of over Oduyemi, kind of getting his face a little bit.
1st and goal, Bishop McDonald on the end around. Touchdown, Polars, as they take a 27-0 lead over the Minutemen.
You know, if you're Coach Aaron Longton for the head coach of the Polars, that's exactly what you want to see after halftime. I mean, your defense comes up big, force a punt, and then your offense just runs it on every single down on this possession, and they just get the touchdown.
You touched on it, all running plays here to start out the second half. No passing as Jangalore kicks it up, splits the uprights. And that'll put the Polars up 28, the Minutemen 0. We'll be right back after this.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back as Jangalore will kick down to the Minutemen. And it's taken here at the 10. This is Xavier Davis, and he's upended just across the 25, taken down at about the 26. We want to make an update there on the last scoring drive. The extra point was missed wide left. And so the Polars with a 27-0 lead rather than 28.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what the Minutemen come out to do on this offensive series. It seemed in the previous one like they just stuck with running the ball, but I mean, Grubber, he has a 60% completion percentage, so I mean, like, he can sling it around, and just not electing to utilize him is kind of interesting on the part of the Minutemen coaches.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the passing game. Just a couple of completions here tonight. I want to say 3 completions by senior Sam Gubbard, and one of them to his brother John, which was a tipped ball, so they benefited on that. And then a couple to tight end Owen Donnelly, as we see Donnelly split out wide left here as the Minutemen get set. Trying to get the offense in motion as they desperately need a score here to keep this game within reach. And Scaffold in motion. It's a fake, then back to the right side. And able to pick up about 5 yards there. That was Xavier Davis for the Minutemen.
Yeah, on the last series of the Minutemen, I mean, they were able to get their offense going just running the ball, but I mean, down 4 scores, I mean, you can only run it so much, and like, time is a pretty precious commodity right now.
Exactly. Again, it's Scaffold around the left side. The Polars are there to sniff it out. As he's able to pick up maybe a yard or 2. Game tackle there by the Polars. Take another look here as Mancini in on the stop.
Yeah, the Polars just doing an excellent job of just forcing it to the outside, and he just has to cut it back in and trying to pick up any yardage that he can.
3rd and 3 for the Minutemen. Gubbard out of the shotgun, Scaffold in motion. It's a fake. Gubbard rolls out to the right, back to the left. There's a first down for the Minutemen as he's able to pick up Kylan Saffold. Nice job there getting open. May have been injured on the play. Saffold's down holding his knee. Be a tough loss for the Minutemen if he's unable to bounce back from that one. Let's take another look.
Yeah, he's coming up a little bit gimpy, but man, you can just see Scaffold just coming out of the backfield, and Grubber doing an excellent job of recognizing where he's at. But man, what a hit by Doom Youth.
Looks like he may have gotten a helmet near the knee area, but looks to be all right. So the Minutemen pick up the first down as they start off from the 49. It's a fake end around and then given to Davis on the right side. He takes it up just shy of the 45.
Yeah, their offense has just been, for the most part, it's been looking pretty good here in the second half. I mean, other than having a false start that stalled their last possession, they've been able to move the ball. Granted, it's only been coming at about a couple of yards at a time, which, if you're the Polars, that's okay with you because you're up by 27 points.
Absolutely. Long setback. They set up the screen. Xavier Davis across the 40. Flag on the play as Davis tiptoes out around the 20, but unfortunately, it looks like this one's coming back.
Yeah, very easy call there by the ref. You can definitely see that was a hold by number 58, Ethan Johns. But the Minutemen have been doing an excellent job on those screen plays. They've been picking up some good yardage. I mean, that was one of the plays they ran to end the half in the first half. But unfortunately, this one's coming back due to a hold.
You take another look here as they picked up a nice chunk of yardage like you touched on. And unfortunately, the penalty once again is going to plague the Minutemen. And Michael, we had a chance to talk to head coach Scott Howell at the halftime break, and he said the penalties have just been punishing them all game tonight. He has another flag here and on the play. It was stoppage of, once again, false start on the Minutemen. So much to what Coach Howell had mentioned, penalties have been the difference maker thus far.
You know, for sure. I mean, down 27 points, it's hard to pinpoint one thing, but I mean, penalties have definitely have not been helping. I mean, here they picked up another false start. The last possession, they had a crucial false start when they're in the end zone to end the half. They picked up a personal foul, and then, I mean, that's just more chances for the Polars to get something in the end zone.
Absolutely. We'll see if they can rebound as a 2nd and 15, and it's a sniffed out by the Polars. Gang tackle takes down Saffold. It's going to be a tackle for a loss, as he's going to lose a handful on the play here.
You know, Jake Jeska just does an excellent job getting off the line and just wrapping his arms off a scaffold and make sure that there's no gain, and just picks up the gain for loss.
And that's going to bring up a 3rd and very long, 3rd and 21 to be exact. There's a minute and 15 left here in the 3rd quarter. Minutemen looking to try to get on the board and make something out of this. Gubbard is once again out of the shotgun, and he drops back. Kubatowicz on the pursuit. The pass is incomplete to Donnelly, and Gubbard took yet another pretty tough hit. He's slow to get up here, as the senior Kubatowicz, coming off the end, was chasing him down pretty good.
You know, he's gotten hit a couple of times. I mean, he's only been sacked once, but there's probably been about 3-4 times he's been on the turf besides that sack. And I mean, if you're the Minutemen, you just wanted to get some yards and maybe go for it on 4th down, but now on 4th and 21, I mean, I think you probably should still go for it, just trying to get some chance to get back in this game. But I mean, electing to punt on 4th and 21 isn't the worst thing to do either.
Tough snap. It's going to be tough for Goubert. He elects to pass, and that's going to fall incomplete. Tough play there for Goubert, as I don't know if that was intended to be a fake, but the snap well over his head. Tried to make something out of nothing. It's a turnover on downs. The Polars will take over at the 40 with just under a minute left to play, and they lead it with 27 to rip.
Yeah, this has only been the Polars' 2nd possession here in the 2nd half, and things go their way. They're definitely going to close it out in 2 plays just by running the ball, and you know that's exactly what they're going to do.
Bothwell under center. McDonald in motion. It's a handoff to Oduyemi. Hard up the left side, and he fights for near a 1st down. Tough run, and you can see the Minutemen defense is just exhausted here by the run game by the Polars.
You know, the Polars have been physical. I mean, it hasn't mattered if they've been on offense or defense. I mean, this is just their style of play that they're used to and accustomed to. And Oduyemi just carries number 20 there, Jamal Glotto, like just an extra yard.
Just been having their way with him here tonight. Is 43 seconds left to play, 3rd quarter. It looks like most of the air has been let out of the sail of the Minutemen.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it just seems like everything's just kind of snowballing right now for St. Paul Central. Like nothing has gone their way in the 2nd half, and the Polars have they've been capitalizing on these opportunities.
Certainly have. Bothwell under center. And it's yet another run. Oduyemi hard up the middle. Tough running. And takes it down to about the 5. And once again, the Polars in the red zone have been very effective tonight. So you take another look at the tough running by Oduyemi.
No, Oduyemi's definitely been getting the majority of the carries here in the 2nd half, with Corinne still has not been made an appearance yet. And the way your rushing attack's going without him, I mean, you might as well just keep him on the sidelines and maybe get him healthy there for the game coming up this Saturday. Absolutely.
I couldn't agree more. As they look to, if things work out, they let the clock run out here, and the 3rd quarter will come to an end. But as they look to play in the section championship, come up on Saturday here at 1, you got to have Isaiah Coran in your backfield. And so as the end of the third quarter comes. We're going to step away, take a break. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter after this.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
And welcome back as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Alongside Michael Lawrence, I'm Jeb Brand. And Michael, the Polars once again in the red zone have been very effective tonight.
Oh, for sure. I mean, other than like a red zone turnover, they've been able to pick up the score.
Touchdown, Polars. Oduyemi, the ball carrier. And they take advantage of yet another red zone opportunity, and that may be the proverbial dagger in the coffin here tonight.
Yeah, just nothing has gone right at all for the Minutemen, especially in the second half, and like they just had costly penalties, and the Polars are just picking up good chunks of yards, especially on this last drive. Oduyemi has about had about three plays, and he just gets the score.
Well, the extra point there was blocked by Kylan Saffold, so good to see the effort still on the way of the Minutemen, as Zheng Lor unable to connect in the previous score, and then a blocked attempt here on the latest score. But nevertheless, the Polars lead at 33. The Minutemen shut out thus far. Let's take another look at that extra point attempt. Excuse me, a little technical difficulties here as we see Oduyemi punch it in for the Polars. Kind of put the dagger in the Minutemen. We'll see what the Minutemen can do here with 11:55 left to play here in tonight's game. As they get set to kick off, we're going to step aside. We'll be right back after this.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
As you see Zheng Lor getting ready to kick off. And the kick is sent deep into the corner, fielded by Davis there as he takes it across the 10 up to the 20, and he's tackled down at about the 22. A nice return there by Xavier Davis, but it's been the story all night. The Minutemen have had a tough time really getting the offense down into the red zone and then finally capitalizing.
You know, the Polars have been doing an excellent job. Not only have they been forcing 3 and outs, I believe they have 3 on the night, but I mean, once the Minutemen enter the red zone, they just have came away with 0 points, either on a turnover on downs or just the first half. And it's going to be tough sledding, and especially now down by a few more than a few scores here, and got an injured Polar player here.
Yeah, down on the play is Searing for the Polars, injured on the return as a 16-yard return by Davis for the Minutemen. We'll see if Sam Goubert can take the Minutemen down the field, get them on the board, and try to manage to salvage something out of this. If anything, just save face before the season comes to an end.
Honestly, their offense has been moving the ball, but then they get to a critical situation by a penalty, and it just stalls their drive.
Absolutely. Low snap here. Kubatau, it's in. Goobert's able to get the ball off. Turnover here might have been returned by the Polars, and as it continues to break, a tough break for the Minutemen, as Owen Donnelly was able to come down with the ball, and the Polars defense does a nice job of stripping it and automatically diving on it for the turnover.
You know, I think he was getting a little greedy there. He just wanted to get the touchdown and knew that he could probably pick it up and try to get the score rather than just make the save play and just get the turnover.
Coach's challenge might help there. He could have argued that he never really fully had possession, but nevertheless, play goes on. The Polars back the other way As the Minutemen once again backed up nearing their end zone, and looks like the ball carrier, for the Polars was Christopher Johnson getting some run here. A nice run there, and it'll bring it up a 2nd and 6 for the Polars.
Yeah, with the Polars up 33 points, I mean, it's just kind of a safe bet that Isaiah Curran's probably done for the night.
Yeah, definitely, like we talked about earlier, want to rest him up for that big section championship final. Oduyemi on the right side picks up a yard or two. And Michael, don't quote me, but it's been quite some time, I think, since the Polars have seen themselves in a section championship game for football. So congrats to them, as if they can close her out here with 10:45 remaining, they'll find themselves either up against SMB or crosstown rival Matamidi Zephyrs.
Just kind of a quick update. It's still tied 7-7, and it's the end of the third quarter.
So a defensive showdown there as the Polars continue to pound the rock here. This time, no gain on the play, maybe a loss or two. And that'll bring up 4th and short for the Polars.
You know, it'd be kind of interesting to see what Coach Eric Longton elects to do. I mean, either kind of go for it or elect to kick a field goal, maybe get Singway a little more confidence after he missed 2 PATs, had 1 block, and shanks one of them. But it looks like they're going to be going for it.
They elect to go for it. Bothwell under center. Holt spread out right. They're yet to throw here in the second half. It's been all run. They continue to keep it on the ground. This time Kamaga on the right side, and he's tackled down at about the line of scrimmage. Looks to be a turnover on downs for the Polars. So the Minutemen with an opportunity here deep in their zone. You see Kamaga coming up a little bit short.
Yeah, I know the Polars want to be able to score another touchdown, but I mean, this just kind of forces the Minutemen back deep in their own territory, and it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, you're still up 33 points, still a pretty insurmountable lead for St. Paul Central to kind of come back.
The way the Polars defense has played tonight, I can see why they elected to go for it. It's kind of a win-win either way, whether they got it or not. Gubber drops back. He lofts it up deep, far side. It's caught. A huge play for the Minutemen here, as taken down right around midfield, and on the catch, Wazelski for the Minutemen. That's the first big yardage play here tonight as we take another look at Gubber dropping back.
Yeah, Gubber just doing an excellent job of finding the wide receiver, and Aaron Longton wanted to limit the big plays from St. Paul Central, and that was like the first big play they've gotten all night, and it came 10 minutes in the fourth quarter.
As they run it up, scaffold through the middle, stopped right around the line of scrimmage here. It's placed at the 49, and that'll bring up second and 8, it looks like, for the Minutemen. Gubber out of the shotgun. It's a end around. It's a play fake deep. Oh, and they had a man wide open and unable to connect. And they had Osman deep. A good looking play there as Jaquante Winston ended up being the quarterback. Take another look here.
Yeah, you said it. He was just wide open, but Winston just couldn't get the accuracy on it to find the open man, and if he would have caught that, it's for sure going to be 6.
Hassan Osman was wide open and 20 yards out, and we would have got the Minutemen on the board. Instead, it goes 3rd and 8 as they run an underneath play, and this is Winston again. He's going to be shy of the first down as he's taken down at about the 44. And we'll see if they elect to go for it here on 4th down.
I think this late in the game and this far behind, I think you might as well just do it.
See here, Winston coming up just short. Tackled down at the 44. It'll bring up a 4th and 4. They do decide to go for it. Gubber out of the shotgun. Winston spread off to the right. And William Blakely in the backfield. Steps back, throw caught by Donnelly, and that's good for a first down. Owen Donnelly has been Gubbard's main target tonight as he picks up his 5th catch tonight. That's good for a first.
Donnelly's also been kind of his star wide receiver too. Already has 29 receptions for about 400 yards. Gets about 13 yards a reception.
Minutemen here late trying to get something going. Scaffold around up the left side, picks up a couple of yards. Just under 8 minutes left to play. Minutemen trying to get on the board.
As I said before, the Minutemen's offense, I mean, other than having a couple of possessions being 3 and out, they have been able to move the ball, but there's just been situations where the offense just stalls, and right now they're only picking up a couple of yards and chewing a lot of this clock.
Gubber back to pass. He sends it up far side. It's caught down at the 10, and he's hauled down at about the 2. A nice play there. Hauled in by Muse. Just shy of the touchdown there. We'll have 1st and goal inside the red zone for the Minutemen.
Yeah, it's been the first time all night where the passing attack looks like to be alive here for the Minuteman. And Grubbard finding his wide receivers on this drive. They have a couple of nice passing plays.
We'll see if they can capitalize. Gubber out of the shotgun. And the flag is thrown once again. Penalties have plagued the Minutemen all night. They're called for the false start there, and so they'll get backed up a bit.
Now this is the 3rd one in this half alone, and they came at critical times. This one on near the end zone on their very first possession of this half. It kind of forced them to punt on what would have been a 4th and 1.
They'll bring up 1st and goal from the 8. Gubber out of the shotgun with just over 7 minutes left to play. And Scaffold in motion, gets the ball on the end around. Scaffold will make his way in. Touchdown Minutemen as they finally crack the scoreboard on a nice end around by Kylan Saffold for the Minutemen.
Scaffold does an excellent job just getting it to the outside, and number 54 for the Polars, Miguel Yerbarina, just unable to make the play or even just to slow him down, and Scaffold finds the end zone for the first time here for the Minutemen.
So just under 7 minutes left to play. The Minutemen elect to go for 2 here as they're still down a bunch. And lobbed up into the back of the end zone, and it's good to Muse. So a nice little play there by the Minutemen as they tack on 2 more. And with just under 7 minutes left to play, the Polars lead at 33, St. Paul Central 8. Let's take another look.
Yeah, it kind of looked like the patented Tim Tebow jump pass when he was at Florida, just kind of doing maybe a little bit of a QB draw, comes back out and tosses it over the middle.
So late in the 4th quarter here, the Minutemen finally get on the board. It's 33-8. We'll be back right after this.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
And welcome back here at St. Paul Central. We'll kick off to the Polars. First time tonight that we see a kickoff after a score as they finally crack the scoreboard here late, just under 7 minutes left to play.
You know, it'll be interesting to see if the Minutemen kind of elect to maybe go for an onside here. I mean, why not? Last game of the season, looking for them. Might as well give it a chance.
Absolutely. It looks like they will as they line up here inside tight. They actually kick deep, it looks like, and send it all the way back down to the 5, and it's taken out just shy of the 20, tackled down at about the 18. A nice return there by the ball carrier Kamaga for the Polars. They looked like they were lining up for an onside and then decided to boot it deep.
Yeah, just don't necessarily agree with that play or with this play call. I mean, you're down by quite a bit. I mean, it's last game of the season for you. You might as well just give it a try. I mean, the worst case scenario is you start the Polars with great field position, but I mean, this late in the game, it's almost irrelevant.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Instead, they look to see if their defense can come up big, which outside of the one turnover down near the red zone, it's been all the ground attack by the Polars as they keep it on the ground. This time for, I believe, a tackle for loss, which will bring up 2nd and 11 for the Polars. But like you said, with this late in the game, 6.5 minutes left to play, you got to take some chances when you're down by 3 scores. Take another look here as the ball carrier for the Polars. Not sure if Mancini might have got the carry on that one.
Yeah, the Polars usually been rattling off a decent chunks of yards, but that time they only got it for 1. And
this time Bothwell hands off inside, and the ball carrier looks like Kamaga, who picks up a decent chunk of yardage. It'll bring up 3rd and short for the Polars, just under 6 minutes left to play.
And the Polars just have not even attempted a pass. Well, they have attempted a passing play, but Bothwell elected to run in that situation, pick up the 1st down. But it's just been all run all the time in the second half for the Polars, and they've been having a lot of success.
Cole Williams splits out wide left for the Polars. Bothwell under center. And in motion, it's a fake to Bishop McDonald. They try to go inside run. No yardage on the play. And 41, the ball carrier for the Polars. So, unable to pick up any yardage there. A tackle by 54 for the Minutemen.
That brings up kind of a rare punt here for the Polars, but I think if you remember in the first quarter, on their first attempt, that they switched field positions.
They're able to get the kick off. It's a good one. It'll bounce down right around the 40, picked up there by Winston as he gets it up and across down at about the 45. A 6-yard gain on the punt return. 4 minutes, 35 seconds left to play here. The Polars lead it 33-8. We'll see if the Minutemen are able to come down and score in a second consecutive drive here. Let's see if they're able to get something going, but you got to have a feeling here, Michael, it might be a little too late.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, right now, North is just kind of decide who they want to see in the section finals, either SMB or Matamidhide. And just give you an update on that game, it's still tied, but it looks like SMB is threatening as they're on the Matamidhide 22 with about 6 minutes left in the game, looking to break the tie.
And Gubber looks to go deep again to the intended receiver, Muse. A bit off the mark there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Minutemen. If you're the Polars, though, you got to feel good about tonight. You've established the run game early and often and dominated all facets of the game, both offense, defense, and the special teams.
You know, they did exactly what they wanted, and that was to run the ball, and they've done it with, like, ease. They've also been pretty aggressive with Grubber. Just he hasn't been able to get going other than this last possession, and he's been taking a beating.
Gubber rolls out left. He finds Donnelly up across the 40. Good enough for a 1st down for the Minutemen. So Owen Donnelly having a nice night. Offensively, really only weapon here for the Minutemen tonight.
Yeah, it's just kind of a shame. It's going to be a little too late here. As there are only about 4.5 minutes left to go. And honestly, seems like the Minutemen's offense has only been clicking in the last couple of drives.
Gubber back. It's Kubatowicz again with the pressure. They throw a screen left side. Able to pick up maybe 2 yards on the play. Gallardo, the receiver there. It looks like the Polars sniffed that one out early.
You know, the Minutemen have had some success running the screen play, but that time the Polars were able to play good defense and just able to sniff it out right away and only goes for about a 3-yard gain.
Kubatowicz again applying the pressure. He's been making his presence aware tonight. A big junior for the Polars. As we look at 2nd and 7 Gilbert back to pass, and that's just over the head of Donnelly. Pass falls incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 7 with just over 4 minutes left to play.
Yeah, the passing game has been working here late for the Minutemen. Donnelly's kind of had a few big receptions here to keep the chains moving. Kind of look for them to go his way yet again to try to convert this 3rd down.
3rd and 7. Gubber out of the shotgun, looking to move the chains here and keep this game alive. He drops back, looks right, throws and finds drop ball there. It drops incomplete. Tough break. He found Muse, found a soft spot in the defense as we take another look here, but unable to corral that one in, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Gubber just doing an excellent job of giving his wide receivers a chance to make a play on the ball, but Muse unable to haul in that reception.
So that'll bring up 4th and 7 as they elect to go for it. Really no chance not to here as Gubber swings one out right side off the mark there. Falls in front of Galado, and so tough break for the Minutemen. A turnover on downs. Once again, the Polar offense will come on, take the field with just under 4 minutes left. We'll see if they can close it out. We'll be right back after this.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
And welcome back as the Polar offense here continues to pound the rock as they look to close this one out, and they'll await the winner of SMB in Matamidi in a tight one here tonight just across town.
Yeah, I mean, the only drama left in this game is to see who their next opponent's going to be, and just for you people trying to follow along in that game, still a tie ball game after SMB missed a 35-yard field goal. So still 7-7 late in the 4th.
Exciting football this time of year. Beautiful night. Couldn't ask for a better night for some postseason football. Bothwell under center, and on the end around there, and able to pick up a yard or so. The ball carrier that time was Christopher Johnson.
You know, I kind of wonder if the bye week was actually very beneficial here for the Polars, since Central had to get ready for their quarterfinal section game in about a half a week. But the Polars, they didn't have to play since they had that first round bye, and they've looked pretty refreshed, and they've been aggressive in both sides of the field.
Absolutely, and you could tell the Minutemen just haven't had the same burst as the attack of the Polars as Kamaga takes it outside. No gain on the play, it looks like. And as they continue to grind the clock down, the Polar running attack is, even with their star player Isaiah Coran going out at halftime with an undisclosed injury here tonight, they still have had a dominant running attack by Kamaga and Oduyemi. So we take a look here at the Section 4-5A semifinals, we've been talking about.
Yeah, SMB Matamidi still tied. The Polars have actually faced Matamidi earlier in the year, and they won that one on their homecoming 14-9. That was a pretty tough game. I don't know if they want to see them again, but they could potentially have another crack at them, and Matamidi might be out for revenge in that game.
Absolutely. This Polar team, though, they've got something to prove this year. They're pretty solid all around, both the offensive attack and their defense has been very aggressive, and special teams has looked well as well.
You know, you can just tell they're a physical team. I mean, not only the way that their offense moves the ball by running it, but also their defensive line has just been punishing Grubbard. They've been making sure that he's been on the turf a couple of times tonight.
And around here for Saffold as he picks up a few yards on the left side. His time continues to tick down here as we approach 2 minutes left in this game. Take another look here as Saffold able to pick up a yard or two. The fans starting to make their way to the exits as time winds down here. The Minutemen continuing to fight to the end, which is always great to see. Gubbard in the shotgun. It's a fake to Saffold. They hand it off and run it up. A fumble caused there. May have been recovered by the Polars. That was Jamal Galato, the ball carrier, and is stripped away by the Polar defense, who's been very good tonight. Let's take another look.
Yeah, just kind of fitting end here for the Minutemen. Just nothing's been kind of going their way. It's been a rough second half, and things have kind of just snowballed down.
Sean Martin was able to get a hand in on it for the Polars and caused the turnover. Polars defense jumped all over it. And just like tonight, they've been all over the Minutemen as they look to close it out here. 1:43 left to play. It's a handoff right side. Kamaga up across midfield, taken down at the 49. And they'll let the clock continue to tick. And they'll await the winner of SMB Matamidi. But a congrats to head coach Eric Longton and his staff as they've executed their game plan beautifully this evening.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they've just been able to do anything and on both sides of the ball, quite frankly. Other than maybe a couple of missed PATs, gives them something kind of work on heading into their section final matchup this Saturday.
So just over a minute left to play. Time continues to tick away. They get in victory formation. And the knee by Bothwell. That'll take us down. See if they run one more knee. As the time continues to tick away, the fans applaud the hometown crowd, and we'll have one more kneel down, and that'll do it.
You know, it's just been a fantastic season for the Polars. I mean, they came into this game on a 6-game winning streak after losing their first 2, and they just added to their 7th win, and just a fantastic season for Eric Longton and the Polars.
As we take another look at the scores for tonight, to start off the offense.
Yeah, Kamunga there on the first one, just sweeps it out to the left and gets it in for the first score. And then Isaiah Corinne, just been a huge part of the offense for the Polars all season, was very big in the first half. Didn't see much action in the second half, but he gets that touchdown. And then Bothwell, under center, goes up the middle, right on, follows the center on the QB sneak to get the 3rd touchdown of the game. And then later, Bishop McDonald gets himself on the end zone on his limited offense possessions. And then Odiyemi, the big back, he just powers forward and gets his touchdown of the game.
Polars' ground attack was very dominant tonight. We'll take a look at it. Gubbard was able to catch Saffold on an end around, and he was able to get the only score for the Minutemen. They were able to convert a 2-point conversion late to Muse. But that'll do it. The final here tonight, the Polars 33, the Minutemen 8. For all of us here at TV 19 Sports, from Michael Lawrence, I'm Jeb Brand. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back. I'm joined with running back Fasayo Odiyemi. How big is this game, getting this victory in order to advance onto the section finals?
It feels great, especially since it's the first win in 10 years, the first section game, and we're feeling really confident about the next one.
You guys had a huge rushing attack. You're the part of the reason why. How big is it just for you guys to keep running the ball, and how much credit do you give to your offensive line?
Our offensive line is underrated. I tell them every day, you guys don't get enough credit because it's usually the running back shining, but without them, we couldn't do it. And if we keep doing it, we're going to keep going farther and farther and farther.
You were kind of ripping off big gains there in the second half after Isaiah Corinne went down. How big was it kind of for you to keep that offense going just for you?
Well, as soon as we knew that he was done for the game, we all played that game for Isaiah. And so every down, I thought about him, and I was running that ball. I'm like, I can't get down for him because he wants me to score, and I luckily did it down there.
And so you say you want to face Montemita High. Why do you want to face them again?
You don't know how bad I want to play Montemita again. How many times can you say you play Montemita twice, beat them at your homecoming, and beat them in your sections? I really want to play them again.
Well, congrats. Good luck the rest of the way. Don't want to keep you. Have a good night, and congrats on the win.
Thank you. You too.